So after the finish of our last vlog, Priscilla and I really wanted to sit down and just chat with you guys and share with you a little bit more about what our HSG was like, how it left us feeling, and then of course where we're going from here as well, because it was such a challenging day for us. We have some challenging things going on in our lives, and we just maybe didn't leave things on the right note in the last vlog, although it was the only note, frankly, I think that we could have left things on. It was a tough finish to the day. So now, yeah, just a little bit more, I think, about where we are right now.
First and foremost, we just want to thank you guys so much for all the love and prayers and comments and everything that you guys have been sharing with us in our last video. It's so meaningful to us, and we read through all the comments and we try to respond to every single one of them. Thank you. It means so much to us.
Yeah. What an incredible community. You guys are truly the best, and the outpouring of support was just second to none. We wanted to mention also that our dog ZZ is doing much better. We had to take him into the clinic really unexpectedly the other day. He had never been so sick before. We looked at ourselves at one point and thought to ourselves, our dog is dying. And it turned out that he needed a blood transfusion and a lot of medication. And after that, the very next day, it was night and day. He's doing so much better right now. When things happen, they all happen together sometimes, right? So he's doing much better, and we're certainly glad for that.
And just a quick note about my grandfather as well, which is something that we touched base in our last video. He unfortunately is not doing very well. He's in the ICU at the moment. I have a brother who lives in Spain. He's even flying over to Brazil. He arrives on Sunday to see my grandpa. We are all, focusing on praying for him and good thoughts for him, and we would like to ask you guys, if possible, to also keep my grandpa in mind. He's a wonderful man, and he needs our prayers at the moment. Yeah,
not that long ago we were with him on the beach. We had a chance to vlog with him again. Next up, of course, is the HSG. It was a really challenging day for us. As you guys saw, we had been so hopeful leading up to the appointment as well, because it had put our infertility process on hold in a sense. And we were just waiting for this examination because we thought, for sure it's going to be no problem. It's just checking a box, getting this over with so we can hurry up and then move on to that next medicated cycle, which is the goal. This is such a long process. The goal is just to keep it moving any way you can. And the result of the HSG, it just absolutely blindsided us. It was not the day that we were expecting.
Yeah. So as you guys saw on our last vlog, there's an issue with the placement of my tubes, of my fallopian tubes, where they are. So if you think of a woman's uterus and the fallopian tubes are attached to it, they usually go towards this way to be close to the ovaries, because they open up to catch that little egg that comes out of your ovaries. Mine, however, are looping and sticking up. This means that there are some pelvic adhesions that are present in my pelvic area, and my fallopian tubes are basically caught in these adhesions. Pelvic adhesions are a strong sign of endometriosis, which really blindsided us.
Yeah, which is stunning, right? We've been dealing with for so long now PCOS. This PCOS diagnosis, it's defined us in a lot of ways. It's been a really unique challenge for us. And as if that's not enough, then to hear the word endometriosis from the doctor as well, and to know that might be a compounding factor, that might be an issue as well. It's just yet still another roadblock, another challenge for us to tackle as a couple.
Really difficult, especially because I never ever thought of endometriosis as an issue for me, that I could possibly have endometriosis, because the very first symptom of endometriosis is very painful menstrual cycles. I don't have painful menstrual cycles. I've never had painful menstrual cycles, and so I never really associated my cycles with endometriosis. It was always, even the long, heavy cycles that I've had in my life were always associated with PCOS, and hormone imbalance. So it's really shocking and surprising for us to think that not only we're dealing with PCOS, confirmed PCOS, now we have to think about endometriosis, which is a whole new game.
Yeah, and we should mention also that that addresses, I think, one of the questions that a lot of you had raised in your lovely comments after our last vlog, which is, hey guys, what about IVF? Is IVF an immediate possibility? And we wish that it were, but because of the likelihood that endometriosis is also playing a factor in our current situation, IVF needs to be off the table, at least temporarily, until such time as we can go in, as this surgical procedure, this laparoscopy can take place, to deduce whether or not endometriosis truly is present. Only after that can we then take the next step with our doctor, and can he advise us on what the next step might be, whether or not that could potentially be IVF.
Yeah. So a laparoscopy, like Ryan said just now, is a necessary next step. The reason being that laparoscopy is the only way for you to diagnose endometriosis for sure. If the reason for the pelvic adhesion is indeed endometriosis, which is basically at this point 95% of certainty, there may be endometriosis on other organs such as my ovaries and uterus. We don't know. It was never caught in ultrasounds or anything. So the doctor needs to go in there and check and see it, and if there is endometriosis, then we can clean it up. She will clean up the tissue and see the extent of it and the stage of endometriosis that I am at. And after the surgery, then when everything is clean, we can then proceed with the next step, which could be either IVF right away, or perhaps just another medicated cycle if the adhesions are only in my tubes.
Yeah, we're taking steps forward immediately with this in mind. We were very fortunate that our doctor was able to immediately provide for us a name and a telephone number of a respected colleague, someone that deals very specifically with these issues. Priscilla was on the phone the very next day, the very next morning, already with this office, and was able to set up an appointment that we now have set for next week.
So next Wednesday, we have an appointment with this new doctor, and we are looking forward to it. We're looking forward to see what the procedure will be like. We are really in the dark right now with what to expect. The only things that we can that we can refer to are the research that we've done on our own, and YouTube videos and people who have gone through laparoscopy for endometriosis, and that's what we're basing our information on.
It's really uncharted territory for us, but yet the feeling is nothing new because of the amount of time and effort that we've put into dealing with PCOS already. So it's another hurdle. We're going to continue marching forward. Obviously, we're going to share it all with you guys. We'll take the camera with us this next week as we learn a little bit more about what our road is going to be like and what challenges we're going to be facing. So throughout it all, we just have to say thank you. Thank you for all of your energy, your kind words, your support. It helps to lift us up through this. We just want to have something to give back and continue to share our story in hopes that it can help those of you out there who might be facing similar issues, and it's just a two-way street. We wanted to say we're so thankful for what you give us as well.
Yeah, and it's important to note that even though this is very hard news, it's not easy to be facing infertility for 4 years and know that there is one reason for it, and now all of a sudden discover that there's something new. We are grateful that we were able to discover this new issue, because it allows us to move forward with treatment and taking care of it and fixing it. I think that's the whole goal of this journey, is to keep moving forward. Even though this is a very hard situation that we are facing right now with 2 infertility diagnoses, we are still positive and we are still strong in the fight. We'll never give up, like you guys know, and we'll continue with our heads up, and we'll continue to move forward. We'll never stop. No, it can only strengthen us as a couple, and it can only strengthen our resolve to see this all the way through, and to find ourselves on the other side. So thank you guys so much for all that you do for us. Thank you very much.
Thank you, and thank you for watching this video as well. If you did enjoy it, please give us a thumbs up and leave a lovely comment down low. And if you haven't already, do subscribe, and we'll be back with another video for you guys soon.
Goodbye, guys.
Bye, guys.